I'm waiting for some people to see the post. Waiting for some phone calls.
Okay.
But this is something that's one of the niches of mine in terms of my therapeutic style. You know how they always say, find your niche and, reach out to your ideal client. And inner child healing is something that I'm really, really about. And so I found myself recently dealing with a lot of things that have come up that I have thought that I worked through. But as we reach new levels in our lives, some of those things come back. They resurface.
Yeah.
But as we say, shadow work is never too far behind. And so, like I said, with just a lot of recent emotional things that have been happening in my life, I'm like, yo, this is coming up for me. And I'm sure, again, because I see this all the time with my clients, but I'm sure there's more people. And actually, that one particular post got so many likes and some DMs as well to say like, yeah, I'm struggling with this. So
okay,
yeah,
let's talk about shadow work. Define that for me.
Okay, so shadow work essentially is synonymous to, like I said, that inner child healing, those things that are behind us that we think, but again, impact us in everyday life, right?
Yeah.
So,
Can you give an example?
So I'll just talk about the post that I made, right? So I spoke about being a child who was emotionally abandoned by two parents.
Yeah. Not just one.
Not just one, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in that post, I just want to be clear that it wasn't about bashing them. It was just one, honoring my truth, right?
The discovery of.
Yeah. Because everybody got their spin, and I've been, in conversations with family members and stuff like that. Everybody has their spin on how I grew up and memories that went down. And I'm like, I don't remember that. I know that didn't happen. So anyways, like I said, just being in that space of emotional abandonment caused a number of things for me, right? In terms of self-esteem issues, not valuing myself, wanting to have a connectedness, but not having that reciprocity, from your parents. And that's a huge struggle, because they're our first examples of what relationships look like, what love looks like. They teach us everything.
How we approach the world.
How we see safety, in the world, right? So anyways, like I said, that post wasn't necessarily a bash to them. Like I said, it was honoring my truth, because a lot of times in our families, and I'm waiting for those conversations to come up, like, well, why you put that on social media? But that's our problem. We don't want to talk about those things. You know what I mean? We all know what happened, but we want to continue to move on, like, shit's sweet.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like I said, it wasn't about demeaning them, but it was about honoring my truth. But also in my adulthood, I've been having more conversations with my parents and just understanding their history. And I talk a lot about just generational trauma, right?